requiring still. The witness is dead. There was no predicting what would come next. But this is what we know. When the witness fell, the Black Fleet's eons of salvation and death surged. Its darkness merged with the Traveler's light, formed first into memory, and then into shape. This impossible object, this echo of the fleet's victims, holds immense power. And it was left for anyone to find. The echo grants the ability to compel, to control, to command. And with it, the Conductor has the potential to turn their threat into our annihilation. Genocide. Thousands of civilizations across the universe, all visited by the Black Fleet. All lost to the violence of the final shape. That's where this echo comes from. At least, that's our theory. Reports from the Pale Heart. Readings on the valence emanating from the Traveler. Everything we faced when we stared down the Witness and broke its fleet. At first, we didn't know what to call them, but echoes seemed apt. Memories from the victims of the pyramids, held by the darkness. Then coalesced by the light, into artifacts as sharp and fatal as their pain. If darkness is memory, and light is form, what else could they be? But there's still so much we don't know. Is this the only one? What forgotten people gave form to this echo? What was their final cry at their end? For control? A means to turn back their oppressors? My Hidden will keep searching for whatever answers the Witness's death can give us. Hopefully, they number more than the questions it left behind. But we need to stop the Conductor and secure the echo. Guardian, descend into Nessus. Massive amounts of radiolaria have been diverted beneath the planet's crust. We need to find out what the Vex are building there.
Greetings, Captain. As you can see, the Vex have drained the Radiolarian Lake located in this sector.
We suspect it is at the Conductor's instruction, but we do not know the reason why.
There is a 99.9 repeating % chance that the reason is nefarious in nature. Please investigate.
How's this? Scavengers. Move them, Guardian.
And, Captain, watch out for the Fallen. Their reasons are probably nefarious too.
The Fallen block your path. Take their data.
We can only assume the Fallen here are searching for the echo for themselves.
It doesn't take a Vex simulation to know that would be really bad.
If they secure it, it will be as disastrous as the Conductor. We cannot allow their interference to persist.
That Fallen captain is retreating. They are scared.
These caves were carved by the retroactive flow of radiolaria caused by Vex time manipulation. That it's all been drained now is worrying. Where is it all going?
You'll need to crush the Fallen captain to free the big Vex. They cannot be allowed to capture Vex technology.
The Vex block our path. They're aware of our intentions. Wherever the radiolaria leads will tell us what we need to know about the conductor. We must delve further into Nessus. Failsafe.
The data contained in that Hydra will allow me to extract the authorization codes required to progress further into Nessus. Bring it back to the helm, and I can get started on cracking it open.
You heard her, Guardian.
The geological consequences of the radiolaria's sudden drainage are as dire as they are imminent. Please investigate.
Everywhere they build, the Vex work in shapes. Spheres, rectangular prisms, atomic solids. There is meaning to every shape, if we can only find the right approach to their geometry.
Taking control of that Vex terminal will allow me to grant you further access into Nessus.
You have descended so far, and still, I see no end. How deeply does this radiolaria flow?
We'll find the answer. Soon.
The radiolaria is flowing down into the center of the planet. The conductor can control it, but we do not know why yet. To the Vex, everything is glass, or milk, or cubes. Many cubes. But these Vex are different. For a long time we thought the Vex were just machines. But then we found the connection with the Exos. The conductor knows how to manipulate Exo minds because of it. We need to know what they will do with that power.
So, I'm, calculating the volume of radiolaria running through these tubes. It is about 20 million cubic miles per hour. That's a lot. Like, a lot. You need to find out where it's going.
Follow the flow, Guardian. It's all moving somewhere, and the conductor is controlling it. The Shadow Legion are an unnecessary complication. Cabal Scions have always had a keen interest in Vex technology, and the Echo is a strong incentive.
We crushed them on Neptune. We crushed them here.
Whatever it takes to keep the Echo out of their hands.
Look at all this radiolaria. It fills the planet like a water balloon. What does the conductor want with it? If the conductor can control the flow of radiolaria here, it means they can control the Vex on Nessus.
Spreading it throughout the system would mean the conductor could bring more collectives under their yoke. The radiolaria moves through here. Take control, Guardian.
The radiolaria is flowing, but we cannot follow it further.
We need a plan. Following it blindly will take precious time. There has to be a faster way.
The radiolaria here may contain abnormalities compared to the samples I have collected over my centuries of isolation. I've had a long time to study this stuff. Bring some back, and I'll figure out what to do.
Failsafe, you need to know. If we succeed, it'll be because of your hard work here.
That is kind of you to say. However, if we fail, I abdicate all responsibility and will strike my involvement from our records. See you back at the helm, Captain.
Guardian, I hear that you are hard at work on Nessus, following the Echo and the conductor. I know you do this in part for me, but I do not know if I am worth the trouble. I was pulled through Nessus like a toy on a string. The conductor's words still echo in my mind. A copy of a copy of a copy. Osiris pushed through time to find his Saint 14. He said he was careful, but He reached blindly, and he pulled out only me. And now, I live a life that does not belong to me. I am something left over from a broken timeline. A remainder. The conductor whispered I should be thrown away. A solution as simple as correcting an error. And maybe that would... I do not know what to think anymore.
You found the other Hydra, eh, Captain? Nice. These duplicate Vex signatures have been popping up all over Nessus, sometimes on totally different frames.
I wonder if they are replicating in batches to test specific adaptations. Maybe.
You're only doing this to hurt yourself, and I will not be a part of it.
Osiris, answer the question. I need to know.
It doesn't matter. Not like this.
It matters to me. Please. How did I first tell you that I loved you?
Saint. You had asked me for some things, some tactical report. I gave it to you, and you thanked me, and you said that you loved me. You said it as if you had already said it 1,000 times before. I was not ready to say it in return, but it was not long until I was.
That is not... I do not remember it this way. That is not what happened in my simulation. We were together in the tower, overlooking the city, talking about something small. And I said what I felt in that moment. And my Osiris did not hesitate to say the same.
Your Osiris? Saint, you love me. It doesn't matter how it or where that began, not in such fine detail. Saint!
Greetings, Captain. Ikora briefed me on the Echo of Command. And while we AIs are constantly given commands we cannot refuse,
I understand your problem conceptually.
I have completed processing the various radiolaria samples you retrieved from Nessus. They contain no traces of abnormalities.
Which is a huge disappointment.
I was about to euthanize the samples when I realized we could mix nanomachines into the radiolaria and reintroduce it to the planet.
The nanomachines will get torn apart, but at least we can track them for a while. Maybe that'll help us figure out what's going on.
Tell me when you are prepared, and I will have no choice but to assist you.
Kidding. I'd help anyway.
We've made a great deal of progress here, but we aren't finished. Descend further, Guardian. We'll see what awaits us. This vast chamber was once filled with radiolaria. Billions of Vex minds working in concert.
Now they work in concert under the conductor's direction.
Not for long.
All right, Captain. I've added nanomachines to the radiolaria that will allow us to track its progress down through Nessus. Please reintroduce the samples to the planet at the designated sites.
Nanomachines away!
I miss them already.
The natural flow is being altered.
Let me mark the next site for you. And they're off. Tracking. Captain, the radiolaria is being redirected deeper into the core of Nessus.
I can hardly pick up the signals of my nanomachines. I'm calibrating the coordinates. Got it.
They're moving through a previously unexplored area, and it appears to be heavily occupied. Prepare yourself for battle. penetrating into the deepest parts of the planet. Those nanobots could only tell me so much. You'll need to get down there yourself if I'm going to get any useful data.
You are in unknown territory now, Guardian. Be ready.
What did the Taken want? Why are they here?
Taken are drawn to paracausal forces and those with immense strength of will. But they're leaderless now. No king and no witness. And Zebu Arath either doesn't possess the power or doesn't have the inclination. All we can speculate is that they're drawn to the conductor.
Since you released those nanobots into the radiolaria, I can track their movement through Nessus. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, since I'm all the way up on the planet's surface. It's fun looking at this place through your eyes, though. Exploring. Sightseeing. Even after all these centuries, there's a lot of this planet I haven't seen. Thanks, Captain.
The Vex have established their defenses. Remove them.
This was here the whole time? Failsafe did not know?
Failsafe sensors couldn't reach this far beneath the surface of the planet.
Now they can. Assimilating data. Wow. 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 This was here the whole time?
Maybe. Or it could be something new. Something the conductor built when they grasped the Echo's power.
So, speaking of, those nanobots aren't responding to my signals. There's a pretty high chance the conductor hijacked them. It ends here, Captain. Sorry.
It's all right, Failsafe. We can figure out another plan.
Return to the helm, Guardian. Failsafe and I will coordinate and find out our next steps.
Captain, I am attempting to locate a particularly interesting research specimen. I will re-engage my detection protocol. Location locked in. Where is the specimen? Supposed to be right here, right? Where? Practicing. Ugh, you heard me do the beat, boops, and everything. Ha! Gotcha! Captain, the specimen appears to be biological in nature. Which explains how it was able to evade my earlier detection. Clever little thing.
Captain, I am analyzing the latest research sample you brought me, and it is a frog!
Technically, one of the Nessus proto-amphibians that developed adjacent to the Vex, but yeah, pretty much a frog.
I love him!
Of course, I don't really know him yet, but he seems likable. I can finally bring my nurturing subroutines online.
He should have a name! In honor of my original commanding officer, Captain Jacobson, I will name the frog Captain Jacobson. Don't worry, it's an honorary title. The frog will have no real authority. Oh, this brightens my day, especially after Ikora's concerning response to my theory on how I could locate the conductor. She was aghast. It seemed to cause her emotional distress. She asked me not to mention it to anyone else, so I won't.
Thanks again for the frog.
Guardian, there's something I should discuss with you. Something I'm reluctant to suggest to Saint and Osiris. I think you'll see why. Failsafe believes she could open a portal straight to the conductor. She says she could extrapolate the coordinates by combining the new Vex data you've been collecting with her years of observations of the Nessus Vex. But she would need to compare it against control data gathered from Vex isolated from the Nessus network. She'd need an enormous amount of data, centuries of it, captured with perfect clarity and preserved by the Vex themselves. Our options are limited and dangerous. There is only one accessible database with that kind of fidelity. The mind of Saint 14, the deceased Saint 14, who is still laid to rest in the infinite forest. Our future may depend on Saint. Again.
Guardian, since you found me, I have only doubted who I was once. When Mithrax recounted how his people, their children, feared me, it shook me. Osiris says that I am Saint 14. My hands raised the wall. I walked with the Pilgrim Guard. How can I be a shadow of the saint who truly walked the city? When I remember the smells of the streets and the faces that smile. I met you on Mercury as I speak to you now. We fought together. I shattered the Vags for centuries. But I lived where he died. Because we showed the Vags that our fate could not be calculated. Even in simulation, we surprised them, you and I. That is true. The conductor claims I am a man out of time. An approximation of reality. Was I not this already? Hard metal and brittle memory. Spark and code 14 times over. Only my heart carried through. I know what it means to find myself again. But the conductor claims had Osiris not created the sundial, had I remained forgotten, Sagira would live still. How could these things be connected? If it is true, I will not take my love from him as well, for it is strong, and he will need it. You would not be afraid. You would know what to do. I am still trying, but I will find myself again.
Hello again, Captain. We have an interesting metaphysical task ahead of us today. As I understand it, years ago, Osiris rescued the Saint unit we are familiar with from a Vex simulation. In doing so, he created a paradox. The Saint unit is alive with us now, but simultaneously dead within the Vex network. The databanks of that deceased Saint unit are filled with information. Information I believe I can use to locate the conductor.
The thing is, Saint Unit will have to download the memories of his other self. Experience years of suffering. His own death. It'll be kind of awful. And he hasn't really been in a good place lately. You know?
But the conductor must be confronted. I'm sure Saint Unit will understand.
Won't he?
Guardian, Osiris, Ikora and I have made a plan. We can use what we know about the Veil and the Vexnet.
The Veil? Why would you need...
We will go to my tomb, in the timeline where I died fighting the Vex. My true death.
When you were taken from me?
Yes. I can use the memories of that Saint 14. My memories.
I remember when the Vex killed my crew. Those memories will haunt me forever.
Failsafe?
I mean, it's not so bad. Except for the horrors.
Yes. Everything I learned, everything I did. I fought the Vex for many, many years.
I remember.
Ikora thinks we can use the data to find this conductor and secure the Echo.
No. I won't. We can find another way. Failsafe.
It must be done. So I will do it. Ikora told me I was once the Vex's greatest opponent. She said I should remind them.
I need to think. This can't be the only path left to us.
The Saint unit has already made up his mind.
He needs you right now. You know he can't do it without you, right?
Saint will join us shortly. We seek access to his tomb.
We are grave robbing.
That is one way of putting it.
The intern Saint unit is still VexNet. Their memory core is a back channel into the network.
Saint must understand there are no lesser versions. Only expressive tessellations of what could be. And facing his death again is the cost of that revelation. Well, so be it.
Nessus reshapes itself around this Vex fluid. Soon, we will hardly recognize it. The Infinite Forest was on Mercury. How do we reach it from here?
Access here is somewhat like an archive, imprinted into the magnetic field of Nessus.
The Vex used Nessus for defunct digital storage. They kept trying to plug me into it. And wow, is exposing me to their connection protocols going to backfire? They should have predicted that.
What did you mean about the data here being defunct?
The Guardian pulled you from a point before your death to a point after it. To the Vex, that temporal event is a defunct anomaly now, non-existent within this timeline. So it is kept here, stored in Nessus's memory.
The details that separate him and I, if they fade away, will I be his shadow? Or will he be mine?
I can't answer that for you. You're you. Were you less you before today? I tore open time for you.
I suppose.
You should be near the access point, Guardian. Locate a conflux. They will react to our attempt to breach the tomb.
Yes, they're doing that now. This is exactly as complex as I anticipated. I'm almost in. I'm in.
Now to learn of the man I was, and will be. Osiris, why did they keep my body?
Respect. They honor you with a perfect preservation. There's no replacing you, Saint. Even the Vex recognize that.
The Vex are very meticulous.
But also weirdly sentimental.
There.
Wait. When I searched for you in the Infinite Forest, I saw this again and again. You, entombed, taken away from me, perhaps forever. When finally I found you, I thought I would never have to see it again.
I am here, Osiris. You told me that I am real.
So is he. Do it. Remember the Vex. But also how much I loved you in that timeline, too. Zane!
I see it. I tear through the Vex. They cannot stand against me. They hesitate. They are afraid of me. Oh. Then Geppetto is hurt. I try to protect her, but I am too late. I pull a Minotaur apart with my bare hands. But soon, I fall. The Vex approach. They are lifting me up. I lose my senses. I cannot feel my body. My vision blinks in and out.
Stop. Please.
I am on this slab, but I have one final feeling. A memory of us. Together. I am bringing you tea. I watch you take a sip. It is too hot, but you smile. That is my last thought. My Phoenix. Oh. I am gone. But no, here I am. With both of you. I am Saint 14. The conductor cannot hide from me anymore. Failsafe!
I have the coordinates, Saint Unit.
Good luck.
Saint Unit, Captain, I have achieved coordinate lock. I'm rerouting the conductor's radiolaria flow to this location. So, hey, while redirecting the conductor to you, they were real in there. I pulled some other Vex along, and you're surrounded. Maybe we can reason with them?
Yes, Guardian. Reason them with the big guns. I will protect Osiris until the way is clear.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up. Violence succeeded where diplomacy failed. And I got that pesky pump door open before the Vex cut our connection. You have a clear path to the conductor.
Excellent work, Failsafe. Now it is us telling them what to do.
The conductor's signal approaches. Nessus groans under the yoke of its new cultivator.
Let us see if they can produce answers or only questions.
a facsimile, its archetype. No, I am Maya Sandrash. But we have already met.
Sundarish. So this is what happened to you after Neomuna. After your experiments with the Veil.
I know what you can do with the Echo of Command. I will not allow you to raise an army of Vex.
I'm doing what I've been called to do.
The Vex called to you.
Humanity called to me. The collapse, the Black Fleet is finished. Now we can look back to what we've lost. Radiolaria is the means to this end. It represents the smallest unit of consciousness. 1 trillion formless minds, notes in a symphony of thought. Each one begging for direction, for a conductor. Nessus will be converted. The radiolaria I command will be spread throughout the system. I will deliver us a golden age. And if you stand in the way of progress, I will break you down into more compliant elements.
We are not your Vex.
You will be.
Get us out of here, now!
Maya Sandrash, risen from the Vax network. She has Lakshmi's face. Osiris tells me it must be a mask she feels comfortable wearing. Well, it did not comfort me. And today was already filled with ghosts of the past. Guardian, before I claimed the memories of the other me, I was afraid. I was already filled with doubt, and I thought I might lose myself. But as his thoughts merged with mine, it was as though I lived through his centuries of struggle. And my feelings, our feelings, were in perfect harmony. And suddenly, all questions the conductor put in my mind were answered. It does not matter if I am the real saint or the true saint. Every me is me. So, when Maya tried to command me again, I used my truth to push her away. But she still forced me to my knees. She is growing stronger. We must return to stop her, but she has blocked our access. Failsafe is working on a way through. And when she finds it, I will be ready.
The research on Neomuna's Veil facility is complete. As the report is lengthy, I will summarize. Maya Sandrash and Chioma Essie were a married pair of researchers in the Golden Age. Their work often touched on the Vex. They found an object on Neptune that whispered to Maya in her own voice. That artifact, the Veil, is of the darkness, as the Traveler is of the light. Maya grew obsessed with it. Chioma grew afraid. In her compulsion to study the Veil, Maya took no heed of any risks or of Chioma's doubts. Humans under her command died. Exominds were wiped. Maya wanted a chorus that could channel the power of the Veil. And to control that chorus, she built an imprint of herself named Lakshmi. Soon afterwards, Maya entered the Vex network. She left no trace. Chioma exiled Lakshmi, shut down all Veil research, and redacted it from Neomuna's history. In a final act, Chioma entered the network herself. Other Mayas and Chiomas were already inside, simulated hundreds of times by the Vex. It's possible that the Echo brought many Mayas together into the Conductor. Or perhaps only the first. There is no way to know which, if any, directed the Conductor's actions. But it would be folly to underestimate any Maya Sandarish.